Alright guys, we're going to do a little bit of practice on the binomial expansion. We're going to start off with this question. The expansion of a plus bx to the whole to the power of -2 may be approximated by 1 over 4 plus 1 over 4x plus cx squared. Find the values of the constants a and b. Okay, so this is how I would do it. The first thing is, this is in the form a plus bx. This is not in the form 1 plus something. So we need to make it in that form. So the first thing we're going to do, let's just write it down. A plus bx to the power of -2. Therefore, a 1 plus b over a, the whole thing to the power of -2. Therefore, a to the power of -2, 1 plus b over 8x to the power of -2. Okay then, so 1 over a squared, 1 plus -2 b over a x plus -2, -3 b over a x squared over 2 exclamation mark. Let me just close that bracket. Therefore, we get 1 over a squared, 1 minus 2bx over a plus 3b squared x squared over a squared. Okay, and therefore we get 1 over a squared minus 2bx over a cubed minus 3b squared x squared over a to the power of 4. Now we've pretty much gotten what we want, because this is now in the form something plus something x plus something x squared. All we have to do now is simply calculate the values of a, b, and c. Okay? So just a reminder of what we had at the beginning. We had 1 over 4 plus 1 over 4x plus cx squared. Therefore, 1 over a squared is equal to 1 over 4. Therefore, a is equal to plus or minus 2. Alright. Now for the second part. Negative 2b over a cubed is equal to 1 over 4. Now we gotta remember that this is plus or minus 2, so it can go, we can have two different answers. Alright, two different answers. So negative 2b is equal to 1 over 4 times, it's either plus or minus 8. Alright, so that would essentially give us, if we cross everything out, 2. So b would be plus or minus 1, because 4 and 8 cancel. What you get left with is 2, plus or minus 2. If minus 2 is divided by 9 is 2, you get plus 1. If plus 2 is divided by minus 2, you get minus 1. So those are your two answers. And the third one is this. So negative 3b squared over a to the power of 4 is equal to C. Now we have the values of B and A, so all we have to do is calculate it. So negative. Now we have to notice that there will be only one answer. Why? Because even if it's plus or minus 2, B squared will always give you a plus answer, and A to the power of 4 will always give you a positive answer too. So essentially the only answer you're going to get is a negative answer. Alright? So B, we'll just put 1 times 3, and here it will be a to the power of 4, so that will be 2 to the power of 4. That will be essentially equal to negative 3 over 16. Alright guys, now we're going to do a little bit of practice on partial fractions and the binomial expansion. And so we're going to start off with an example. 8x plus 4 over 1 minus x and x plus 2. Alright. Essentially, the first thing we're going to have to do is turn it into the form of a over 1 minus x plus b, the first thing, plus b over x plus 2. That's the first thing we're going to do. The second thing we're going to do is actually expand it. Alright? The second thing is going to be expansion. Okay, so let's firstly break it down into what we need to break it down. So 8x plus 4 over 1 minus x, x plus 2. Alright? What it essentially equals to is a over 1 minus x plus b over x plus 2. Alright, so continuing from that, we end up with a x plus 2 plus b 1 minus x is equal to 8x plus 4. Okay, so let x equal to 1, so we'll have 3a is equal to 12, so a is equal to 4. Okay, and now moving on to the next part. Let x equal negative 2, so you get b 1 minus 2 is equal to 8 negative 2 plus 4, so you get 3b is equal to negative 12, b is equal to negative 4. So in the end you come down to 4 over 1 minus x plus negative 4 over x plus 2, which essentially equals to 4 over 1 minus x minus 4 over x plus 2. Alright, so now comes the hard part. Okay, in this case we're going to have to expand them individually. And then add them. Okay, so let's expand each one. Remember, we only need to expand for the first 4 terms, because that's what the question says. So 4 1 minus x to the power of negative 1. Okay, that means 4 1 plus negative 1 negative x plus negative 1 negative 2 negative x squared over 2 plus negative 1 negative 2 negative 3 negative x cubed over 3 exclamation mark. That would result in 4 1 plus x plus these two would cancel out, So that would leave us with x squared plus this again would cancel out. So this would form negative. This would also form a negative. Negative would equal a positive. So eventually it would equal x cubed. Alright. Okay, so that would boil down to 4 plus 4x plus 4x squared plus 4x cubed. Alright. Okay then. Next we go on to expand the next one. Okay, so for the next one we have 2 plus x. Now remember, this is 2 plus x, not 1 plus something. So 1 plus x over 2 to the power of negative 1. Okay, just over here. So 4 half 1 plus x over 2, negative 1. So 1 plus x over 2 out of negative 1. Okay, now for the expanding, 2 plus 1 over x plus x over 2 to the power of negative 1. So that would mean 1 plus negative 1 x over 2 plus negative 1 negative 2 x over 2 squared over 2 plus negative 1 negative 2 negative 3 x over 2 cubed over 3 exclamation mark. Alright, so what that essentially boils down to is 2 plus 2 cancel. What you get left is with negative x plus these two cancels. Now I'll give a bottom of a 4. So 2, you'll get x squared over 2 plus these two will cancel. Just to cancel everything out for you guys, these two will cancel. This will give you an 8 for the denominator. Times it by 2 will give you a divided by 2 will give you a 4. So eventually what you come down with is x cubed over 2 cubed is 8 divided by 2 is 4. For the last answer we had 4 plus 4x plus 4x squared plus 4x cubed. Now what we're simply going to do is minus 2 minus x plus half x squared plus a quarter x cubed. Why we do this? It's simply because of this. You gotta remember that it was 4 over 1 plus x minus 4 over 2 4 over 1 minus x 1 minus x and 2 plus x. Alright, that's what we had. And so what that boils down to is simply 2 plus 5x plus 7 over 2x squared plus 3.75 x cubed. Sorry, I always mix up fractions and